I said, hey, what's going on? Well, we got the movie, hence we got the power, and that's what's going on. Master of the Universe was a powerhouse toy line in the 80s, created by Mattel with a successful cartoon series. But after the live action movie flopped, the franchise remained in the small screen, and the toy line ended at 1992. An attempt in 2002 was made to reboot the Masters of the Universe brand, Mo2 for short, but it did not achieve continued success as the way Mattel had hoped. Having said that, the fandom kept the fire alive, supported by a direct to fan line like Matty Collector and Super 7, that eventually, in 2020, Mattel released a new Masters of the Universe toy line, with it returning in store shelves. Now, in 2026, we finally have a new movie after nearly 40 years. But a detail in the movie has had mixed reactions on the community, with some of the marketing presenting Adam, the main character of the movie, stranded on Earth, when the fans of the franchise want the story to strictly be on the planet Eternia. Along that, Skeletor, the main villain, is being played by Jared Leto, who critics label him as box office poison based on the financial bombs like Morbius and Tron Ares. Plus, as entertaining as the new cartoon series produced by Netflix have been, they didn't quite move the needle. With all that said, Mattel is marketing the heck out of this movie, with 3 different toy lines, theaters offering multiple collectibles to buy, restaurants naming food items on the movie's characters in their menus, etc. It's clear that Mattel is betting everything on this movie. It's a make or break moment for them. I can't predict whether this movie will be a success or not. However, the question I present is whether this movie is worth your time and money. I'll share my thoughts on that answer in this review. But before anything, hey, hope you're doing all right. I'm Robert, and the Masters of the Universe movie is my most anticipated movie of the year because I grew up with the Masters of the Universe toy line and got back into it when Mattel made toys for it in the year 2020. Movies like Motu is why I created this channel, so I can share my thoughts on what I've watched and have fun drawing art on it. Now, I hope you watched this video all the way through. I put so much time making the art for this video. And with me on this journey is Thialgo. Wait one moment here. Thialgo. Oh, Thialgo. Like. Sub. Share. There you are, buddy. My apologies to everyone on the other side of the screen, but with this new channel, I have to work with this dog named Thialgo Rhythm. He's a good boy, but it's hard to get his attention sometimes, especially with this channel being a new channel and all. The only way he'll work with me is when viewers like yourself find joy in this video and click to like as well as comment on it. Nowadays, the algorithm seems to be interested in likes and comments more than usual. If you enjoyed this video after viewing and like to see more from me, then go ahead and subscribe to this channel and share this video with others. Because with this new channel, all I want to do is create content talking about things like movies, draw some art on the subject, and make sure the algorithm is happy. So, long story short, I like the film. Watching it was so much fun, but I will cover some of my concerns on the film, like the movie spending most of its runtime on Earth. And to be honest, the Earth portion of the movie doesn't overstay its welcome. Masters of the Universe is a wild mix of various genres like fantasy, science fiction, robots, cyborgs, various creatures, and talking tigers. Anchoring Adam to Earth helped ground the movie for all viewers, especially for ones who never grew up with the cartoon or toy line, and gives everyone something familiar before we go back to Eternia. Once the Earth portion is over, the movie fully focuses on Eternia, with a few light callbacks on Earth that doesn't really take anything away from the movie. The other concern I had was with the casting of Jared Leto as Skeletor. Seeing the finished product of Skeletor is amazing, though I can't give all the credit to Jared Leto. The thing is, Skeletor's face is all CGI, and Jared's voice seems heavily digitized over. But I imagine Jared Leto had a lot of material to draw from for his performance as Skeletor. He attempts to emulate Frank Langella's gravitas and mix it in with the silliness of the Filmation cartoon version of Skeletor. Plus, the way they present this version of Skeletor with his army kind of reminds me of the scene from the first Austin Power movies where Dr. Evil and his minions laugh maniacally.
In exactly 5 days, we will be $100 billion richer.
Only this time, nobody doesn't know what to do whenever Skeletor laughs like a madman.
Eternia shall witness my lies.
Now, on to the humor of the film. There is a lot of silliness in the film. I would have preferred that the movie didn't lean too much on the humor, but it was enough to be charming. And I felt having some of the movie taking place on Earth helped ground the movie with these comical moments that are placed throughout the film. Now, your mileage may vary when it comes to Nicholas Galazine in playing Adam. He comes off like a goofball throughout Act 1 and 2. The movie attempts to make him the everyman character was serviceable in him gaining confidence to being the champion of Grayskull. My favorite part is his enthusiasm when meeting everyone from Eternia. Since the last time he met them, he was 10 years old. Idris Elba playing Man at Arms was a strength for this film. The movie focused on his side quest of regaining his confidence of failing to protect the royal family and how it complements Adam's journey in becoming He Man, with Camila Mendez playing Tila, keeping everyone together. Another strength for this film are the song choices. I don't want to give all the songs away, but some of the songs they had reminded me of the choices made in the first Iron Man movie, like how the movie had Black Sabbath's Iron Man. Though I will say the movie had the song from Four Non Blondes, What's Up? You know the song. Now, as much fun as I had watching Masters of the Universe, it has flaws that took me out of the film that I need to address. A big one for me is the side story on Adam's relationship with his father and how it was resolved. I won't give too much away, but it plays on the issue of Randor being a disappointed father to Adam. With how the story was resolved, I really felt they could have removed the element of him being disappointed and their stories wouldn't have changed at all. But they needed a moment to point out he wasn't really a bad father. I strongly believe if the movie removed that element of Randor shown to be a disappointed father, the moment they had when they reunited could have moved a bit more smoother. But since the movie kept him being disappointed, there was a moment where having the movie feel like it stopped just to resolve the issue between Adam and Randor made the movie come off clunky, and how the movie moved on to the next scene with something happening to Adam that I felt needed an explanation, but we never got one. Now, with the other issue I have, I need a moment to set it up to explain why it bugged me. The whole story revolves around Adam gaining confidence in himself and proving the doubters wrong. When he returned from Eternia after being away from his home world for about 15 years, the people of Eternia have doubt in his ability and mock him every chance they get. When the movie went to the third act, Adam had a speech where he rallies everyone, and the shift on everyone accepting Adam as their leader felt like a complete 180 to me. It was like, Adam, you don't know how to fight and you stink. And you don't even remember our names. And the names you gave us are really stupid. Yeah, I know the names I gave you are stupid and I stink at fighting, but you guys are so awesome. Well, yeah, we are awesome. And the names you gave us aren't really all that bad, to be honest, even though they kind of are lame. But, anyways, we'll hear you out. Okay, guys, here's the thing. If we work together, we could do anything. You know what? That's not a bad idea. Let's go, team. And yeah, even though I know that the shift had to happen, but it felt too convenient if you ask me. I feel like I wouldn't have this problem if at least one of the side characters who doubted him accepted him a little before everyone else. But ultimately, everyone accepting him all at once didn't make the moment feel organic to me. Now, the following issue I have, I'm a bit torn on. On one hand, I know product placement is necessary to get more funding for your movie. It depends on how subtle or clever the product is placed in the movie. For example, how Adam told an important part of his story by pouring a cup full of Coke was really dumb, while how a Amazon delivery truck was used to save the day made me chuckle. But honestly, I feel this was the main reason why Earth played a part in the movie. Imagine how dumb it would have been if this movie had product placement, even if the movie did not take place on Earth. Aside from that, as a fan of the franchise, there were so many things that put a smile on my face, like how the movie made references to the one from 1987 in more ways than one would think. For example, the new one had Skeletor make a public announcement and broadcast in the form of a giant hologram, just like in the old one with Frank Langella. The comic shop that Adam entered on Earth showed some of Motu's toy history by showing off things like Mattel's Big Jin toy line displayed in the background. For those who don't know, a lot of those toys from Big Jim were later reused and repainted into Masters of the Universe toys like the giant green cat. With all that said, the rating I give this movie is the rating of it's worth your time. I want to give this movie a higher rating, but the flaws really took me out of the film. Regardless, I truly had a blast watching this film. At times, the movie came off as a love letter to the fans who kept this franchise alive. It also comes off as a fun movie to take your family to. If you do check it out, stay until the end of the credits. There are about three stingers at the end of the film. So go out and check this movie out. I assure you, you won't be disappointed. So you've watched all the way to the end. Thank you for checking this video out. I put a lot of work into this and loved every moment from the art, the simple animations, and the editing. And I hope you enjoyed the piece I put together for this video. Your support is important to this new channel, so go ahead and click on that like button. I'm sure that'll make the algorithm happy. And I plan to do more with this channel. And if you're interested, then subscribe to this channel and click on the bell for notifications so you can be updated on whatever I have going forward. Also, if you're interested in my rating system for movies, then click on the video on screen. In any case, take care, find joy in the simple things in life, and be well.